Alright, we're getting ready to do our closure. You're getting ready to learn how to do a full closure of this weave. Now, a lot of people are using a lot of different types of glue and stuff like that to try to close it up, or maybe you're having problems, really trying to get that thing together. Maybe you're getting a hump at it. What we're going to do right here, and it's very easy. Once you see it this time, you should never, ever have a problem closing up a weave because they all close up the same in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what we're going to do from here, she has an invisible weave that we're doing today. Invisible part, like up here towards that top part up in there. But we're going to take this down and we're going to start it right there. And then we're going to come real close all the way around, just all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, until we close it up right there. And that's going to make it full and everything. And we're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to watch the process. And I guarantee you, you're going to be blessed from this tutorial. And God bless you, and God bless your business. You want to make sure that you stay real close when you're doing it right in here. I just wanted to let you have a moment of silence so you can kind of think about what you were doing, but we're just going to take this straight around in a circle. This is your closure. And you see right in here how much I have. It's not that far apart. It's really almost on top of each other. If you can see that, that's how I'm sewing it. You want to make sure that you sew it very, very, very close when you're doing your closure, because you may need to part the hair or something like that. If you're going to part the hair, if you're doing a full sew-in weave and you're not leaving any hair out, you're going to part that hair. What's going to happen is that you're going to find that you're going to be able to do some of the best closures that you've ever seen. Now remember, staying close in here. It has to be close. See that needle going through there? And I'm just hitting that right there. I'm staying close. And I'm not trying to rush it. I mean, if you're trying to rush and do this closure, your client is going to be unhappy, and then you're not going to be done made the right or proper angles for it to be able to lay flat. If you do that all the way around and just continue to go around in a circle, see how close I'm coming in. Look at that needle right there. See how close that is coming in? You can see I took it through the web, and I'm not leaving hardly any space between there. Now I use my thumb to kind of hold it down. Amen. Now what you want to do is take your time. We're coming around the front part. Remember, she has that invisible part sew-in weave where we kind of left some out. But I wanted you all to be able to learn that closure, because that closure is something that millions and millions of women around the country don't know how to do. So now, once I get over to this side, as you notice, I was taking my needle and I'm going in this way, and I'm following it, and I'm pulling it out, okay? But I went in the track or the welt from the front side. After I begin to get smaller, you're going to see me start changing that to the inside out. Right now we're going outside in. So we're going to continue going outside in until, I would say, until we get that whole kind of, real close, closed up a little bit. And then we'll change it around, all right? And like I said, if you take your time and don't rush it, take your time. You can see how I'm doing that. I'm going right through there. And I don't have no big gap between there. Let me show you how a big gap look. That's a big gap. Look at that big gap in between that track and that other track. That's not what we're doing right there. Okay, so if you want to be able to close up a full sew-in weave and close it up to where it's really nice, you're going to have to stay close. You're going to have to stay close, and you're going to have to creep. You're going to have to creep your way all the way around And at the same time, it also gives her a little bit of height, because we're not leaving too big of gaps in between there, you know. That's important, you know. Now, as we keep on moving, you're going to find that maybe sometime it may seem like you know, when you're working on your client and you say, "Ooh, I'm going to implement this closure on the next client that comes through." As you follow your horseshoe method up the head, when you get ready to close it up, just make sure that you take your time closing it up. Once again, you can see I don't have no big gap between them. Let me sew this down right here, and then I'm going to show you how big of a gap that I have in between there when I fold this back. If you can see, that gap is close together. It's not a big gap in between there, okay? And that's what we're trying to do is help you understand that when you're doing your closure, everything has to be close. To me, this is the best part of the weave, because this is when I get to show my talent. You know, this is the best part of the weave, when you can take somebody that comes in and their hair has been going through depression, you know, before you know it, you can be I'm sorry, y'all, but yes, your hair can be in a depression. Yes, it can. And one thing that you'll know, and how you'll be able to tell that it's in a depression, is because it starts to shed, it starts to break. It's so dry. You know, it's nothing like a dry recession time when it comes to your hair. Okay, but we're through having fun now. We want to get back to the mission at hand, and that is teaching you how to close up that full sew-in weave. And we're just still going around. You guys you're still seeing the process. You're still seeing the process, and it is an awesome experience. All right, so, okay, like I was talking about earlier, we were going out, in. But now we're getting ready to go from the inside out. Why are we going to go from the inside out? Because we want to make sure that we can pull that hair down flat. When you go through there and you're doing that, when you pull your string and hold that there, it's pulling the hair this way. It's coming this way. When you're going out and in, sewing it from the out and in, it pulls the hair down like this. So when you go in, hit it. Amen. Amen. Taking your time. You can't rush the process. Now everything else, all the way, is going to be in, and we're going to pull it, and it's going to pull the weft. Every time I tighten it, it pulls the weft in towards me. If you're going, once again, from the outside going in, it pulls the weft towards the outside, pulling it back that way. So we want to make sure that everything stays pulled towards the inside, because that helps us with concealing and hiding